That moment a retiree's paycheck stops coming in and they have to start living off their savings, that's when the pressure builds and their confidence starts taking a hit. Because it's not about how much money they have, it's about knowing how much they can safely spend without running out of money or overpaying in taxes. So today, I'm going to go over how a couple age 60 years old with $2.5 million learned exactly what they can spend in retirement when they retired at age 62. But here's the twist. The answer has less to do with how much money they saved and more to do with how and when they used it. Stick around because a few small decisions around timing, taxes, and Social Security completely changed the retirement math and allowed them to spend more money than they thought was possible. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Jeremy Finger, Certified Financial Planner, and I've been helping people successfully retire for nearly 30 years. Let's get into it. Meet Dave and Laura. They're both 60 years old and they plan to retire together at age 62. They earn about $150,000 as a household and they're debt free. And they built a solid foundation. They got $2.2 million in traditional IRAs. They have $300,000 in a joint taxable brokerage account. The cost basis of that brokerage account is $150,000, and that's important for tax purposes. But their goal was simple, to keep their current lifestyle in retirement, which is around $12,000 a month, which includes taxes. So they asked, can we live our current lifestyle in retirement and not run out of money? And that answer depends on their sequence of their financial decisions. At first glance, $2.5 million looks like a lot of money. But here's the problem. $2.2 million inside pre-tax IRA accounts can pose a problem. Every dollar they withdraw is taxed at ordinary income. And that can quickly push them into higher tax brackets, raise Medicare premiums, and shrink what they need after taxes. Their taxable account gives them some flexibility, but it won't cover the full 8 years before Social Security starts. So can they retire and maintain their current lifestyle? And if so, how do they do it effectively? How do we manage the withdrawals through volatile markets, minimize taxes year by year, and make this plan last for decades? We built their plan using the Riverbend Bridge method. It's our process that connects their investments, their income, and their taxes into one unified plan. Here's what we tested. Their current age is 60, retirement age 62. Their optimized Social Security age is actually age 70, and they would be able to get $100,000 of combined benefit that year. Inflation 3%, their expected return of 6.1% net over a 30-year retirement with an 80% stock, 20% bond portfolio mix. What they will need in 2 years, in 2027, is $162,000 that year. In 28, it would be $164,000, and in 29, $180,000. Now, all of that is pre-tax. That balance provides long-term growth, giving them enough stability to handle income withdrawals and taxes early on. We looked closer, the real issue wasn't necessarily running out of money. It was how their spending needs and their taxes would change during retirement. So what we did was we adjusted their spending for the retirement spending smile. You see, retirees don't spend evenly over a 30-year period. They spend more in the go-go years, which is usually their 60s. They spend less in their 70s and even less in their 80s, except when there's a spike in healthcare spending. This approach makes the plan realistic. It lets them enjoy life early. They can front-load their experiences when they have the time and energy while keeping their long-term plan sustainable. We ran the plan through age 95 because you don't want to plan for what's probable. You want to plan for what's possible. Their plan result, 93%. Average withdrawal rate, 4.5%. Projected legacy was $2.45 million in today's dollars. From age 62 to 69, income comes from their portfolio because at age 70, a $100,000 combined Social Security benefit begins. This drastically cuts their portfolio withdrawals by 40%, which reduces taxes, extends portfolio life, and this benefit automatically acts like longevity insurance. But to get there, we had to work to minimize lifetime taxes on portfolio withdrawals because one wrong move could push them into higher tax brackets, higher capital gains rates, and future Medicare premiums. What we'd like to do is also take it a step further and get really into the details with tax planning. This is where precision makes a difference. We model taxes in each year so we can decide which accounts to pull from first. Where do the Maggie limits fall? How close are we to the next tax bracket? How much taxes should you withhold to avoid penalties or overpayments? Their adjusted gross income was around $153,000. After the standard deduction, this brings their taxable income down to $120,000. And since they're over $96,000 of taxable income, they're firmly within the 22% tax bracket. If they added $59,000 of extra income, their Medicare premiums rise by $1,052.40 per person per year. So we built in Roth conversions between age 63 and 70 to stay below those limits. This reduced their future required minimum distributions, created more tax-free income later, and finally we checked withholdings each year enough to avoid penalties, but never so much that the IRS gets a free loan. All of this precision adds up, and in a second I want to show you how it connects directly to their investment structure. To protect their cash flow and peace of mind, we started building in a cash buffer, which is about 2 years of spending held in short-term investments. This gave them the flexibility to fund expenses without worrying about what the market was doing that week. Beyond that, we added a balanced allocation designed to provide steady income during the years before Social Security starts at age 70. The rest of their portfolio was invested in growth and income using an 80% stock and a 20% bond mix, offering long-term protection and potential to grow their legacy. Between the ages of 63 and 70, we used that structure to execute targeted Roth conversions and kept their income below key Medicare thresholds, improving their lifetime after-tax income by several percentage points. But here's the important part. Dave and Laura weren't focused on leaving behind a huge estate of $2.45 million. They wanted to understand how much they could actually spend during their lifetime. So we modeled in what would happen if they implemented the Riverbend Bridge method using our guardrail system, a strategy that dynamically adjusts withdrawals as the market changes. Under this system, they could withdraw $11,000 per month after tax compared to $9,000 under a more conservative static plan. That's a huge difference. More lifestyle flexibility without taking on unnecessary risk. And that's the power of blending smart tax planning with an adaptive income design. That's exactly what the Riverbend Bridge method is built to do. Connect your investments, your taxes, and income into one coordinated plan that gives you clarity, flexibility, and the confidence to retire. And if you want to know how much you can truly spend without running out of money or overpaying in taxes, click the link in the description below and you can see how the Riverbend Bridge method can work for you. I'm Jeremy Finger, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.